going on, Jerome's? So woke up in a bit of a ranty mood today, hence throwing him back old school, full screen view. So with Kirk Cousins, Jerome, Ezekiel Cousins, there's a lot of things that work here. Number one, he's going to be 36 in October. Number two, he's coming off an Achilles. Number three, when he popped his Achilles against the Niners, against the Packers, I think that he was playing probably the best football that he's ever played, not only in the Vikings uniform, but also writ large. I mean, Washington, Michigan State, etc. So there's a couple of things at play here. And Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, it's clear that they like him. You know, they said very positive things about him before, as well as ownership. And they've run it back a number of times. Right, and I think the Vikings in 2024, I feel like if Kirk is back and Kirk is healthy, I think that the offense is going to be good to go. The defense with Flores, with a couple more pieces, will be rock solid. So I think that the team really sees that they will have a really good shot in 2024 to win the division and hoist that Jerome for the first time of 12 times in the next 10 years. Nailed it. But I don't think that they want to break the bank. And just reading the tea leaves and the situation, it would not shock me if the Vikings have a firm offer on the table, and it would not shock me that Cousins and his agent keep bringing up March, want to see what the market will bear. Now, why do I say that? I think that the Vikings have an offer on the table. Well, you know, just hearing all of the rumors and innuendo, and especially Paul Allen, voice of the Vikings, 9 to noon, saying that basically, he had some information coming to him. It's like, people keep talking about the 2 years, $90 million offer, and then he says that it's less than that. It won't take that. So I think that it just makes sense, too. And it wouldn't shock me if there will be leaks here through some of the insiders here in the next couple of days or weeks that be like, hey, reportedly the Vikings have offered Kirk Cousins X, Y, Z, right? I think that does make sense because basically, think about last offseason when Kirk still had 1 year left on his deal. The reports were that Kirk was looking for a multi-year deal, just like he is now, and the Vikings were offering a 1 year deal. Probably what they are doing now. Maybe it's 2. Who knows? But it does just make sense where I don't think that they're just out on Kirk Cousins. I don't think that's the deal. I think the situation is, hey, we love you, bro. Here's what we can do. We want you back, but at X number of years, say 2, and X number of dollars, say 80, right? So if you can get more than that on the open market, God bless you. It's been real. It's been fun. It hasn't been real fun, but you head on down the road. You got your cash. Best of love to the kids and Julie, and we're going to go get our quarterback of the future. I really think that's where the Vikings are at now, and I think, frankly, I think that they want Kirk to get to open free agency just to see what the market will bear. It's sort of like last offseason with the Ravens, franchise tag on Lamar, and you know they opened up his free agency where, oh, he's tagged, but he can see what he's worth to all these other teams. And so many people were like, well, how come the Falcons didn't trade 2 months? He was never going to reach open free agency. Basically what happened is the Ravens allowed Lamar to see what potentially could be out there. Remember, Lamar didn't have an agent, and eventually they got a deal done, and he became regular season MVP. Should he have been nearly unanimous? Argument for another day. But Kirk, with McCarthy, very, very savvy agent, very, very much a veteran, very much has gotten Kirk every single dollar possible. So it's going to be different. And once free agency and legal tampering opens, I think that you're going to see the floodgates. Hell, I mean, teams have probably already made contact now. I mean, it is what it is. And we'll see what the Falcons want to do. We'll see what the Steelers want to do. We'll see what the Patriots want to do. We'll see what all these other teams want to do. Now, all it takes is one to really push for Kirk and really break the bank. But also, it's the same reason why you would pay Kirk Cousins, because he's playing at a high level, and the reasons that you would not, because he's 36 and coming off a popped Achilles. And with Kirk, you have to factor into moving the family, quality of life, learning a brand new offense, learning a brand new locker room with a brand new coaching staff. I think that will factor in as well. And frankly, it would not shock me if Kirk does hit open free agency. The reports that the Vikings have an offer on the table. They check out what the market will bear, and then at the end of the day, just decide, hey, you know what? we check things out, but we want to bring a Super Bowl here to Minnesota, and I want to end my career in Minnesota, and blah, 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 blah. All the talking points get hit. So even if it gets to open free agency in March, I mean, a week into free agency and some of that money is spent, and then all of a sudden, the Vikings and Kirk, they're the only chairs left in musical chairs. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, okay, we'll make this thing work. Or hell, maybe the Vikings will modify their offer. Maybe it's initially a 2-year deal, but now it's a 1-year deal after you're out of options. Who knows? But I think the Vikings are in good shape either way. Like, if Kirk is back at a reasonable number, I'm in. If Kirk is back, or if Kirk gets Lulu money out there in free agency, like say the Falcons or the Patriots give him 3 years, $135 million fully guaranteed. Respect. And the Vikings maneuver, get their quarterback of the future. But if Kirk is back on a short-term deal with reasonable money, you can keep the band together, keep Daniil, also be players at free agency, keeps Justin Jefferson happy in the short term. Maybe he signs his extension finally. And then all of a sudden, you do all that, and you can still, in this deep-ass quarterback class, still find your quarterback of the future, and it could be even better. Say the Vikings and Kirk agree on like a 1-year, $42 million extension, and also the Vikings land J.J. McCarthy. The Vikings also land Penix. The Vikings also trade up for Jaden Daniels, and they're allowed to sit and learn to be a pro and acclimate themselves to the NFL game and really get into the Kevin O'Connell offense, and then they take over in 2025. Woo-woo. I feel like that's the best of both worlds, but we'll see. We'll see. Like, the drama is very slowly unfolding. We still have about a month until open free agency, and believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Like, there will be rumors, there will be innuendo, there will be BS, there will be everything, man. And hell, there may even be some mudslinging at the end of the day, because I feel like there's a certain part of the fan base that looks at Kirk as like, hey, he talks about Christian values. He talks about having enough money. He talks about he wants to end his career with the Vikings. He talks about something special here. He talks about how he wants to stay here. And then he's still going to look for more money. I don't know. I say to each his own. And it'll work out the way that it's supposed to work out, and we'll go from there, man. But that's it. A little bit of a raw, real rant on this beautiful Saturday morning. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.